Girl, growing up in a Hispanic household has led me to having the worst relationship with food ever since I was a little girl. I was always told to finish my plate of food whether I liked it or not, whether I was full or not, and it led me to eating so much and being such an overweight 10-year-old girl. However, in this video today, I'm gonna be sharing with you all the tips and strategies that I personally took that has helped me lose over 40 pounds as a complete beginner, so you can have similar results. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, then make sure you watch the rest of this entire video. Welcome back, guys, and if you're new, welcome. Hi, my name is Kelly. On this channel, I teach you everything that there is to know about becoming the best version of yourself through fitness, self-improvement, and I'm gonna be dabbling in with some content creation here. So please, if any of that sounds interesting to you, then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video so I can keep making more videos like this, you know, make this my entire income stream so I can literally be doing this for you full time. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Baby girl, let's start off with the first thing. I grew up loving food ever since I came out of the damn womb, okay? I loved eating everything inside. I loved my rice. I loved my chicken. I loved anything that was food related, that was like nicely home cooked, bro. I would devour that in one sitting. So, you know, as time started going on and I started to use food more as like an emotional coping mechanism and as like my little guide, I ended up going crazy with the portion sizes, girl. And I mean crazy. I would literally eat the same portion sizes as my 200-pound father. I was 10 years old eating the same portion sizes as my 200-pound father. And I wonder why I was gaining so much weight, bro. And you see, looking back at it now, I kind of understand why I did it. Was it a healthy way of dealing with my emotions? No, but backstory. So both my parents came to this country by themselves, right? So I had no uncles, no aunts, no grandparents, no cousins, no nothing. I just had my two parents growing up. And you know, obviously, when you come to this country for the first time, you don't have money. So you know what you gotta do? You gotta work. So my parents had to work their ass off to provide for me and my soon-to-be after little brother, meaning that I was a home alone more than half of the time. More than half of my life I spent home alone up until my brother came into the picture. So what is a 4 or 5-year-old girl gonna do at home when she has literally no friends, no family? I don't even think like stuff like Game Boys or Wii's and stuff like that. Y'all remember that time? Y'all remember about the Game Boys and like Wii control, Wii, and like comment down below. Like please tell me you're my generation. I'm the 2000 babies, bruh. Like none of that stuff existed. Just TV, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and food in the fridge. And you know what I did? Girl, I know you know where this is going. I went into that fridge, I found whatever was inside, and I would take that and I would watch TV shows all day until my parents came home. And then I would eat whatever mom cooked later that day. I started forming a very unhealthy attachment with food because I grew up very lonely, and I can't really blame my parents for them because at the end of the day they were just trying to provide for me. But because of that sort of attachment that I made with food, it made it really hard for me to control my portion sizes because I associated that with happiness. I associated it with like, you know, like companionship. So obviously I wanted more food, so it was really hard for me to control the way I was eating. But you know, as time went on and I became a young adult and whatnot, I was like 19 years old, little did I realize that you don't need to use food as an emotional coping mechanism. There are healthier ways to do that, such as working out, finding a hobby, actually going out with friends and family, making those deep and meaningful connections. Stuff like that is what truly helps you deal with your emotions rather than using food to like stuff and bury something that you're feeling within yourself. I am so confident that that is like 90% of people's issues when it comes to overeating, over snacking, overindulging, is that they have something deeper within them that they have to solve, but they're not doing it by doing the deep inner work. So instead they use something like food or any other like substance or whatever to kind of deal with their emotions. Like, baby girl, I know you got some issues back there, but it's okay. We don't need to use food to deal with them. I'm sorry. Nevertheless though, I didn't really think too much about my portion sizes and how much that was actually affecting the results that I wanted until one day I decided to look up about nutrition because, you know, we were in the pandemic, people had a lot of free time, there was nothing to do, and once again, I was stuck in my room alone all day. So I decided to look up stuff about weight loss, about fat loss, about building muscle, and I came across nutrition, right? And this was also around the time where I started going on daily runs, so I was starting to lose weight for the first time, but it wasn't fast enough. So I was like, how the hell can I get faster results with this? Because I'm actually seeing it for the first time in my life, and I want want more of it. So when I started looking into nutrition, I learned about macros and calories. And that was when I understood about this key concept called calorie deficit. It's when you literally have to be eating a little less than what your body needs to keep itself maintained, meaning the same weight, in order to start losing weight and start losing fat. It's crazy how simple that is now, but back then I never understood the concept of that, and I never realized how much that was affecting my damn freaking results, man. So from that moment on, I decided to go all in with the way I was eating and come from more a strategic standpoint, because honestly back then I would try so many like quick fixes and those weird little diets and whatnot that your Hispanic mom or like Doña Maria from down the street would be like, do this so you can lose weight. I would try those healthy protein smoothie shakes or whatever. I would be cutting out carbs. I'll be eating more salads or more not eating bananas, stuff like that. They'd be like, don't eat this if you want to lose fat. Don't eat that. Eat this instead. And I would do that, but I didn't understand why the hell I was doing that. That's why it's so important for you to have like a basic understanding of nutrition and like calories and macros, protein, all that good stuff, so you understand why you're eating the way you're eating, so you can then take in a strategic approach like I did. Baby girl, I am sweating. Hold on. Can I take this off? Am I gonna look fat? Yeah, girl still got insecurities. Hold on. I'm gonna cover my stomach because yeah, girl still got insecurities all up in here, but we working to higher. We still losing fat in the process. Girl, it is May 4th right now. It is hot in this room, even with the AC on. So I'm sorry if I'm exposing myself a little too much. But by the way, if you're a little curious about where this top is, it is from the Buff Bunny collection, and I will be inserting any sort of links in my description below, okay? And maybe even a picture of which specific sports bra this is, because girl, this is actually feeling really comfortable. I'm not gonna hold you. It's like smooth like butter. I know I went a little off tangent, but anyways, so I started taking more of a strategic approach into the way I was eating. So I actually had goals. For example, I had a protein intake goal that I would have to hit on a daily basis. I knew exactly what calories I needed to be eating as well, so I could be losing more fat. I would drink more water to help satisfy those cravings I was having throughout the day. I was being extremely strategic with the way I was eating so I can get the results that I wanted. Having more of an educational knowledge and foundation of what the hell I was doing gave me less confusion and more clarity in the long run, which is exactly what I needed this whole time. And it's the exact reason as to why I couldn't see results for like, what, a decade, girl? I was following all these random freaking fat loss tips and I never saw it until I realized why I was doing what the hell I was doing. So that's what I'm telling you. Listen to this entire video because I'm gonna be sharing with you exactly how you're gonna be doing the same thing. Especially at the end, I'm gonna give you like a little bonus or whatever that's gonna really help you, but getting a little ahead of myself. Let's go to the next one. Oh my god, this is actually my favorite tip of them all. So, okay, you know how you grew up in a Hispanic household, right? And you know how your parents be like, tienes que comer todo el plato de la comida, si no te vas a parecer mal, si no vas a parecer más criada, si no vas a parecer mal agradecida, right? I know you know, girl. I know you know. I know you heard those words before. And because of that, I had to do so much work to change the beliefs that I had with food. I always thought that if I didn't finish my entire plate of food in that one sitting, I was a picky eater, I was ungrateful, I was not appreciative of the food that was right in front of me and stuff like that. And I obviously did not want to feel that way. So what did I do? I gave into eating the entire plate of food. But at what cost? At the end of the day, it didn't benefit me at all. If anything, I always felt overly stuffed. I felt disgusting afterwards and I felt really guilty, you know, because I knew that if I kept eating more I was gonna get more fat, but I couldn't stop it. And honestly, we just have to break that horrendous habit, even like when we have our own kids and whatnot in the future, because we have to teach ourselves and our future kids like it is okay for you to not eat the entire plate of food. If you are full, that is okay. That is okay. You're not a picky eater, girl. You're just full. And I know the number one thing that's coming across your head right now is that, but Kelly, I don't want to be wasteful. Like, baby girl, whoever said that we're gonna be wasteful? Whoever said we're gonna throw away the food that we don't eat? Not I. Instead, what you can do, which is what I did all the time, was that if I felt full, I would give it to my parents, I would give it to my dogs, I would eat it for the next day, I would save it for later. I never wasted food, girl. Like, you don't have to be wasteful on top of that. You can still be strategic, you can still eat until your body is okay with it and still save the rest of it later. You don't have to be wasteful. Like, baby girl, not in this economy. We cannot be affording to throw out food like that. Like, what? And next time you're like in that situation where you are at the point of feeling full and you kind of want to finish the rest of your food because you're like, it's just a little more, it can't hurt. Let me ask you this, what's the point? Are you gonna feel better after you finish that entire plate of food, or are you gonna feel overly stuffed? Are you gonna feel guilty after you finish that plate of food? Is it gonna help you towards your fat loss goals? If the answer is no, then what's the point of you eating those extra spoonfuls of rice? What's the point of you eating that dessert after? What's the point of you finishing that margarita drink or whatever? Like, what is the point of you eating more if it's not gonna help you towards your goals goals, if it's gonna make you feel bad at the end, and if it's still just gonna reinforce your bad habits. Like, you know what I mean? And this actually ties in perfectly. Oh my god, girl, do my shoulders look huge right now? Like, I promise I'm cutting, please. This actually falls in perfectly to my next tip, which is you need to be more mindful of your damn body. You have to start listening to your body rather than ignoring it. Because baby girl, I know that you know. We got something we could. We got something so good. It's my fault. I know that there comes a point while you're eating that you start to feel heavier. You start to feel your stomach expanding and you start to feel like, yo, I'm getting full. I know that you get that feeling at some point. However, I also know that you tend to ignore it. And listen, I'm not here to judge because I've gone through that phase multiple times and it's something I still struggle with till this very day. However, these are some of the things that I tend to ask myself that helps me become more mindful, that helps me reinforce my thoughts so I can actually listen to my body and ignore that, oh, just eat a little more, it's okay, oh, this is so good, I actually want more. No, these are some of the questions I ask myself. Am I still hungry? Or do I just want more of this? If I keep eating this, is this gonna benefit me in any other way besides instant gratification? If I eat more, is that gonna help me lose more fat? And this one is actually my favorite question to ask myself. Are these extra calories really worth it right now? And girl, I know that being mindful is probably like one of the stupidest advice that you probably have heard before. Honestly, I thought it was really freaking stupid whenever I would see it in videos when I was trying to lose fat, but it actually works. Why? Because it actually helps challenge your head and challenge your mind and challenging yourself to actually listen and think more and do some deep dive analytical thinking of like why you're doing what you're doing and how you can find ways to prevent it or stop it before you fulfill the action of eating more. Like when you think about it like that, it doesn't sound that stupid now, does it? And let's say for example, you're like, Kelly, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be asking myself some questions. That's kind of weird. That's kind of stupid. And I'm not doing that. Fine. If you don't want to listen to that advice, how about this? How about this little bonus tip for you? And this is something that actually helped me a lot, and it's something I do every single day, even in my current fitness journey, even in my journey of becoming financially free one day. This is something I implement every single day, and that's keeping my why in the back of my head. For example, my why is that I never want to feel like the old Kelly who was very insecure, who would literally cry in front of the mirror at the mall whenever the cute feminine clothes would not fit her right. I never want to go back to her. Listen, I give her love. You know, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am today, but I never want to go back to that mental state of mine again. That is my why. I think of her every single time I want to eat more of my plate. Every time I feel like indulging a little more. Every time I feel like having another extra sweet treat or I'm getting into that phase of binging, I always think of my why. Your why is going to be your number one source of motivation and it's going to keep you pushing forward even on the days that you don't want to or it feels extra challenging. That is going to be your number one way of motivation and discipline, honey. And you know, that actually got me thinking, baby girl, what's your why? Drop it down in the comments below. I'm gonna read all of them and I'm gonna be supportive and hype all of you up for it because your why is beautiful because it's unique to you. We all have our whys. We are all on a different path. We're all on a different journey. We're all living different lives. So our whys are unique to us. So please drop your why down below because I would love to read it and comment and support you along with it, okay? And for my last tip, I just wanna reiterate, it really doesn't matter how much you want to lose weight, how much research you do, or how mindful you try to be if you are not consistent with it. Baby girl, like I said, I've tried losing weight for 10 years, nearly a decade, and I failed every single time. Not only because I didn't know how or what to eat, how to be mindful, fix my relationship with food, but most importantly, I didn't know how to be consistent with it. I would try, like I said, with those fancy fat loss recipe diets. My mom would literally take me out to go running every single morning with her, and I hated her for it, but you know, looking back at it, I thank you, mommy, because you were definitely trying to help me reach my fat loss goals. I was just too stubborn because I didn't want to do it. But anyways, I've tried losing weight, but I never saw results because I wasn't consistent with it. And it wasn't until, what was it, May 25th, 2019, 2020, I decided to make a complete change to my life and I remained with it every single day. And that is how I lost my first 30 to 40 pounds, girl. And you know, after going through years of failures, hours of research, and so many more years of trying to fix my relationship with food, breaking those bad habits and remaining consistent with it, I decided that I wanted to create something accountability for you so you can do the exact same thing as I'm doing, just in a shorter amount of time and with more guidance. And that is exactly why I decided to build the Latina Fat Loss and Food Freedom Guide for you. Because not only was it hard not knowing what to eat, it was hard for me to find foods that I would actually enjoy as a Latina. I did not want to give up my favorite foods like rice, tortillas, or tacos, or lo que sea. Like, I wanted to remain as Hispanic as possible. I would look up how to lose weight or what to eat to lose weight, and I would just see a lot of, like, respectfully, I would see a lot of gringas on YouTube, bruh. I would never see a Latina fitness content creator post any sort of like Hispanic fat loss recipes. I would just see people eating like the sweet potatoes with chicken and broccoli, and I'm like, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way I'm eating that to lose weight. I refuse. I rebuked in the name of the Lord, bruh. I was like, I'm not doing this. So that is exactly why I created this guide, where I'm gonna give you a lot of Latina-based fat loss recipes. I'm gonna provide you a guide on how to be more mindful, and I'm also gonna provide you a self-empowerment template so you can be consistent with it. So if you wanna learn how to lose your first 10, 20, 30, 40 pounds like I did, then I highly encourage you to get the guide, girl. And I will be leaving the link down below in my description, and I will be running a 50% sale on it just for the next 48 hours. After that, the prices go up, baby girl, respectfully. I'm sorry, but respectfully, the prices will be going up after that. So please, if you want to break your bad eating habits, know how and what to eat, get an understanding of your nutrition, and be consistent with it, then get the guide, girl. I'm telling you, I wish I had this when I first started, because I would have avoided a lot of research, a lot of hours, and a lot of mistakes. So please, get the guide. Listen, I do just want to end the video by saying that dieting, I know, can be very frustrating. It can be very complex, but it doesn't have to be impossible. And I know that because I went through it myself. Like I said, after nearly a decade of failure, I finally learned how to fix my relationship with food, enjoy the foods that I was eating, and see long-lasting results after that. So if you're in a stage where you're just feeling like this is getting too hard, the whole eating properly right is getting too hard, I'm gonna be honest with you, it takes work, baby girl. Nothing in life is easy. Nothing that you actually want to achieve, none of the great actual things in life, it's easy. It takes work. But guess what? That also helps you build discipline. It helps you build character. It helps you become a better version of you. So trust me when I say you will never regret building a better version of yourself, but you will always regret wondering what would happen if you didn't start sooner. Ooh, bro, mic drop. Come on now. I should be a motivational speaker at this point. Oh my god, I'm getting too hyped up right now, and it is like 9 p.m. at night. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to this channel, because I'm trying to help women like you know, become a better version of themselves, reach their fitness goals, build their dream life, and become the most successful version of themselves as well. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please follow my journey, and I will be sharing a lot more tips and a lot more of my stories so I can definitely help and inspire you. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go because it's getting late over here. It's like 9 p.m. So I'll see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye!